Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Welcome to NerdTube, and it's time to talk about the Peacemaker, season 2, episode 2. A man is only as good as his bird. Apologize for the lateness of this particular episode. We have lives to live, as you can understand, and other things took precedent. I'm about to say precaution, but precedent is the correct word. And then also at the same time, we were also streaming other stuff as well, like Clash in Paris and stuff like that. So yeah, unfortunately, this kind of got put to the back burner. But regardless of it being put to the back burner, this is no back burner of a show. I had a good time watching it. Cheeto, what did you think of episode 2? And welcome to the stream.
I thought it was okay. Nothing really blown my mind at this point. I'm kind of glad we didn't get this episode last week because I would have been more let down with this episode than I would have been with the first episode. I'm not saying that
Really?
I'm not saying these episodes are bad, but just like they're just not doing it for me. I don't know. It seems like a lot of the humor is falling flat for me. There was a couple times that I felt like Ginger Greek, like rolling my eyes because I could definitely tell it's a James Gunn product. And although I don't have too much of a problem with James Gunn, there does come a point where it's a bit too much. And I really wish I had examples off the top of my head, but I don't. Maybe I will recall some as we are talking. But
Okay.
um, but yeah, this so far definitely season 2 is not impressing me like season 1 did so far.
See, this is good because I had a good time with the show. I definitely know what you're going to be talking about because we will bring up those particular James Gunn isms during the course of this review. But I enjoyed this episode. I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. I had a good time. So let's break down some of the things. So we began this episode with actually no, we began with a flashback regarding
Mm-hmm.
Rick Flag Senior. And I have to say this is probably one of my issues with the episode because we had this little flashback at the beginning, and then nothing else to do with this flashback for the rest of the episode. Like this was it, you know. So with Rick Flag Senior having to go through the documents of his son's death, knowing that Chris Smith, aka the Peacemaker, was responsible for his son's death. At the same time, Peacemaker was the one who helped with the butterfly thing last season, which saved the Earth. So he's been given some credit in the bank regarding some leeway, but obviously Frank Senior wants justice, wants his pound of flesh, wants revenge for his son, and so yeah, he's going through all of that. But you know, we didn't get any more than just the prologue, of this episode. Was that one of the things that disappointed you?
Actually, no. I actually like the flashback, but I do agree with you though that it did go nowhere, at least in this episode. So I do agree with you that like, yeah, they didn't really follow up in this episode with it. I did like the flashback. I thought it was great. I think Frank Grillo was great. Um,
Fantastic, yeah.
yeah, but you are correct. This really in the context of this episode, this flashback led to nothing at this point other than yeah, he found out that his son was killed by Peacemaker. So, yeah, I mean, but this was actually not one of the issues that I had at all.
Okay, fair enough. So then once again we go into the pre-credit scene, which is them dancing and all of that, and we start off with Peacemaker having to hide the body of his doppelganger that he killed at the end of the first episode. Uh, I don't know how you found all of this. Excuse me. He it's such a brainworm, yeah. Yeah, it's not as like catchy as the first one. It's a bit more somber than the new song, but regardless, he's having to get rid of the body. He can't get rid of the body, so he calls his mate Vigilante to help him get rid of the body.
So, yeah, so that this is one of my first James Gunnisms where I'm just like where he's sitting there and it's taking like and the body just keeps falling out and stuff like I'm like that went on way too long. Like I was just like it kept like after the third, fourth, I think it was almost 5 times he like wrapped the body up and walked away. I was just like, really? Like are we like do through 2 or 3 times? That's it. Anything past that is just we get it. he in real life, yes, we would sit there and we would try to put that body in there several times, because we think we have it. But in the context of this episode, it just bugged me that I'm like, he like it's not funny like after like the first 2 times. It really isn't.
Well, he also during the course of this, he had to. This is obviously I didn't really realize until this season that nobody knows about this interdimensional gateway, whatever you want to call it. So Vigilante, what's the name of Vigilante's real character called again?
Which one?
The character of Vigilante. He's got what's the name of the
Oh,
character?
Adrian Chase.
Adrian Chase, yes. So
Arrow. He was
Adrian,
also in Arrow season 5, but
yeah,
obviously, like,
I remember, but he was a totally different
oh
persona.
yeah, he was totally different.
Yeah. But regardless, Adrian, he's a bit pissed off with Peacemaker because, like, yeah, you need a body to be cleared up. Yeah, you call Peacemaker. You're having a mass orgy. No, you don't. So you need a body to clear up. You call Vigilante. You have a mass orgy. You don't give me a phone call. But Peacemaker says, "Look, man, I was really depressed at the particular time, and all I could think about was just, immersing myself in flesh."
Even though it didn't even seem like he got involved at all.
Yeah.
Like I mean, maybe he did, and they just didn't show it. But it's just like they've really not shied away from like even John Cena nudity. Well, like not full on nudity, but like if
he when you're cleaning the blood off his body and stuff like
yeah,
that.
but that's what I mean. Like I
Yeah.
don't like. I thought it was weird because I thought it was weird in the first episode when everything was going on. That's why I thought it was just like in his head originally because he was just kind of sitting there and like all this was happening around him. He wasn't even involved in it. Like I don't know. It was just it
Well,
was a little weird,
was
but
funny. It was funny with the follow, the day the day after, the night before, and people are waking up with their hangovers and stuff, and
yeah.
and everyone's absolutely butt naked. It's so funny, wanting coffee and whatever. It's just it's just some funny moments, awkward moments.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, we've all had those moments where we just wake up from a mass orgy and just
yeah, exactly. And then he takes Vigilante with him and they start cutting out the body. But Vigilante, regardless of him bitching earlier on, he's having a good time. Yeah, this is I mean, I'm not saying that he's the sort of person who likes to necessarily hide bodies, but he doesn't. When he is doing it, he's having fun doing it. So yeah, they slice up this version of Peacemaker. They cut him up into little pieces, and they put him into an incinerator, and then that other creature pops out, and Peacemaker tells that creature to go fuck himself. Hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there will be some payoff for that guy eventually, and if there's not, like, again, then I'm not because like my fear is that this guy's going to keep popping up in the show, and there's not going to be a payoff for him. Like, he doesn't have to be anything major, but just like some kind of payoff.
Well, he's in the credits, so there's something to him, in my opinion.
Okay.
Now, at the same time, is this all? I mean, that's just my opinion. I could still be wrong, but at the same time, with all of this happening, I can never get his name right. Examos, the fat guy.
Economos.
Economos, yeah.
I think that's
he's
how
got
it's pronounced. I know it's Econo something like economy, but like
yeah. Now this is probably one of the scenes where I think you're going to be pissed off with. So he's got this new dude on his case now who's part of Rick Flag's crew, and this guy initially comes off as a straight laced, FBI dude or whatever, CIA dude or whatever he is. But then as he starts talking, he starts giving Economos like a nickname, and he starts being a bit weird towards him. But they do discover that there's a power surge coming from that place, and then once Peacemaker leaves to go to a party, he decides to send some people in, and he gives them all like weird names like Encino Man and Titties and all of that. And once they're in Chris's place, they get fucked over by Eagerly. And I was really worried at one point that Eagerly was going to get killed. eventually. But no, Eagerly fucked them up. He fucked them all up.
Oh yeah, I figured Eagly was going to win that fight. No, I actually yeah, and Daniel Vance, I was actually just gonna say, like the bird blindness thing, like I'm like God, like so this is one of those things where like James Gunn, like this is the Taika Waititi thing, like where Taika Waititi, like you get Thor Ragnarok, and like I didn't like it, but like there was like at least there was some semblance of balance in Thor Ragnarok, but then Taika Waititi just went off the rails in Thor Love and Thunder. That's what's going on here. Like in season one for me, it seems like it's only 2 episodes in, but it seems like James Gunn was like, he's in season one, he kept it balanced. He kept his James Gunnisms in check. And there was some there, which I don't mind. But like this season, it's just like now he's just like, oh, I can do no wrong because I did Thor Ragnarok. So now, like Thor Love and Thunder. So I'm like, now James Gunn's like, oh, I did Peacemaker season one. It was so good. Now I can do whatever I want in season two. And again, like the bird blindness shouldn't have even been there. And even if it was, they drowned on about it.
The
So
bird blindness was really stupid, but like having the jokes by saying, "Yeah, whilst you're doing this, that, and the other, I had 2 girls sucking on my dick," and then ex Cosmos was trying to see if he was telling the truth or not, but he kept coming up with an answer. Daniel Vaughn said, "Wonder if we'll see Kinnaman return as Flag Junior in the other universe." Yeah, it's a possibility. Chris had
that
issues
would
with that.
see that would be an interesting scene if it was like Flag Senior, Peacemaker, and like Flag Junior from the other universe like come face to
Well,
face.
Flag Junior in the other universe could be a villain.
Yeah, that's true. It could.
Yeah, I mean,
That would be very
uh,
interesting. Sorry, I got a
in
little
the
no.
alien in the opening. Yep, that's what I was saying earlier. And the bird blindness definitely was stupid.
Yeah, no.
Also, by the way,
Oh, go ahead.
no, go on, finish
I
your
was just
thought.
going to reiterate. I mean, just the scene went on too long, and the guy, like, I do like the actor. I can't remember his name, but I do like the actor. He's okay, but it's like again, like it's just the embellishment of a scene where it's like it just drones on. It drones on longer than me complaining about a scene.
Okay, I want to start talking about some of the women in this episode. So, first of all, what was the name of the black chick? I forgot her name.
That I don't remember her name. I'm so
Well,
bad at this.
she goes back to her ex's house, who's still there, thinking that she was gone, and she obviously still feels for her ex, but her ex wants nothing to do with her anymore.
Leota.
Yeah, Leota, and the ex wants nothing to do with her anymore because her work, is dangerous and is taking over her life and is putting them in jeopardy and all of that. So she wants her out. Got nice, cute little dogs though. I'll say that, but yeah, it was a here there scene. Not really too interested in that, but following Harcroft around when
Harcourt.
she went Harcourt, sorry, when she went into the into the pharmacy. That bit was
Although
hilarious.
Harcroft is a good one because like she's like all like Laura Crofty and like like
Yeah,
fighting and stuff with the guns, and so Harcroft may not be a bad nickname though.
when she went into the pharmacy to get some stuff, and she looks like a battered housewife, because of the fight she had in the previous episode. And so this one lady who has got the wrong impression of her starts thinking, yeah, you could call if you need help, whatever. And Harcourt is thinking, this bitch has got me all wrong, man. She's got me all wrong, and comes down on her and takes the piss. But the bit that made me laugh the most was this one dude when she called him Beaker. I laughed so much, because
And then
yeah,
but the worst part is he didn't even get it. Like
yeah,
it's such a dated reference, and I know the Muppets are still around and they do things, but still, like it's just I thought it was hilarious that he's like, is that bad? Like she's like, it's not
yeah.
good.
I don't know. I can't remember where this was in the episode, but Peacemaker has his doppelganger's phone. That's one thing he kept of his before he before he got rid of the body, and obviously that him being the doppelganger means that his face will unlock the phone. And he finds out, looking at the pictures, that him and Harcourt have a relationship in that particular universe. So he's got to
I think
thinking. But
didn't
when
we already know that? I just he hadn't seen it, but I think didn't they already talk about it? Like with his brother, maybe? Okay. I don't
can't remember,
yeah, I
but
can't remember precisely either, but
regardless, what we then have is this party on the rooftop between our five main protagonists, and they're just basically just enjoying each other's company, drinking beers. Funny moment with Vigilante throwing beers at ex Cosmos. Yeah, and you can't catch it to save his life and all of that.
Listen, during
People,
the montage scene, all I wanted was the theme from Friends to play. Do 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 do. No,
yeah. Well, obviously, whilst this is happening, this is when his Chris's house is getting saved by Eagerly, and he's obviously killing all those squad guys. Um, and he's in at the same time, Chris tries to make a move on Harcourt, fails as he usually does, and then decides to go home and haven't got a clue that his house has just been raided. You know, it was just so funny. And Eagerly said, "I'll tell you what, he might have some issues, but my God, he's got that bald eagle trained really well. I mean, my God, I mean, I got a bird right here, and he's not half as trained um, as Eagerly. Not even a quarter trained as Eagerly is. Aren't you, you fat little boy?" But yeah, Eagly's there giving him some hugs and stuff like that. And then Chris, he tries to send a message to the Harcourt of another dimension, fails, then decides to go through the porthole. And tell me if I've skipped anything here.
I don't think so.
Uh,
I mean, there's some little here and there, I think, but I think you're hitting the basic points. Um, I feel like there was like a small. I feel like there was like a small scene that was really out of place that really bugged me. I'll try to find it really quick, see if I can find it. But it was just like so unmemorable, like it was so unsubstantial that yes, Agent Tim Gamer. Uh it was just so unextraordinary that I just totally like it was so stupid that it was there.
yeah, fair enough. But he goes in there, and then obviously now he's in the correct dimension. The phone's working. The message has been sent, and yeah, he's speaking to Harcourt, and now he's back in his universe, and you can hear his dad and his brother mumbling of that universe. I'm wondering where he was, but he's back now. He's inebriated, of course. He always is. He always seems to be inebriated in every bloody episode. So yeah, but he's there, and we're gonna see now. Is he going to try and make it in this universe? Pretend to be his doppelganger. Will he be able
Probably.
to pull it off? Possibly, probably, but will he be able to pull it off?
Yeah, I mean,
And
so here's the thing about James Gunn is is that he does pull out some banger stuff every now and then. And I'm hoping that yeah, like he's going to kind of put, kind of swerve us. He's going to kind of swerve us on some of the stuff that that we're thinking's coming. So I think he does have a good chance at doing that, but yeah, no, the other episode or the other part of the episode that I thought was just drawn out a bit was the whole conversation between Leota and Chris on the porch. Like it just seemed like they had that scene because they wanted what's his nuts to like, lust over Leota. He's like, so and then he's like sitting there rubbing his back, and I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, why not? Do you remember that when they were in the truck, like when after he, I think was it after he first came in, or was it like a little bit after that? I don't remember, but
and Leota, the black chick.
yeah, remember when the Black Leota came to the house, and that's right before Vigilante came in. Remember he walked up in the front yard too.
We're
I
talking
think.
Peacemaker. Are you sure this episode?
Well, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong episode. Yeah, it was this episode because the black cop guy or the black agent was talking about how he wanted to bang.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. And
He's like,
yeah,
"Oh, I want to tap that or whatever," and then she's just like, And then he's like, oh, and then he found out that Economos and her are friends, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I just made it awkward because she's your friend, blah blah blah. It's just like it's another James Gunnism where it's just like, dude, what like this this actor is not that pivotal to this episode for you to be putting this much stupid likeness on him. Again, it was a bit extra for me.
No, fair enough. I get it. I mean, this particular character, he's gonna get killed off this season.
I'm surprised he didn't get killed off in this episode.
No, I think he's going to annoy us just a little bit longer with his
Yeah.
stupidity and his
I think
isn't.
it's the same. He annoys me the same way that Palia annoys me in Strange New Worlds. Just like the dumbness of some of the things is just like, okay, you're being a bit like every now and then fine, but it's excessive.
Yeah, I mean, his crew got killed off pretty much, so they were the expendables initially, but eventually it's going to be him. Because he seems to be the one season character. Like every season one. Especially when it comes to people with his death involved. They're going to have somebody who's going to eventually just be. He's only there as a guest character of the season.
You
They're likely to get killed off, and I think he will be.
so do you want to know what's super funny also about that scene when they're sitting there talking and everything like that about the Pokemon and all that other stuff?
Yeah,
Did you see the post credit scene?
yeah, but I can't remember it. Remind me.
All it is them talking. Like that scene that was already long enough and annoying enough extended. Like talking to like
Okay,
he was yeah, like that's what I'm like. I'm like that's what I'm like. I don't understand why this is like this. Like I can't do it.
fair enough. And Economist is a nerd. That guy isn't. He looks down on nerds. So that's why he calls it Pokemon instead of
Yeah.
not. Instead of realizing that Pokemon is plural. But yeah, fair enough. But yeah, well, as I mentioned earlier, Chris is now in the alternative dimension. Hardcore loves him. They're in a relationship. His brother and his dad are good people. They live in a lovely, luxurious home. Um, he's going to give this world a shot, in my opinion. But at the same time, the portal itself has been discovered by the feds or the CIA or whoever is going after Peacemaker. So he won't be able to hide that for too long, regardless of having an eagle as a sidekick.
Yeah,
So
because I think the next episode isn't Rick Senior on oh crap. I was doing the poll and I jacked it up. I'm not
no
gonna
idea.
I'm not even gonna do a poll.
No,
Uh
no, not worth it.
yeah. Just Daniel Vance, if you have a rating for this episode, throw it in the chat. Yeah, no, I don't what were we saying? I lost my train of thought. I was trying to do the poll and then I got distracted and then
Something about Rick Senior
oh, I
next
mean, I think he's
episode.
going to be on site next week, I think. So that's why I'm hoping kind of he follows him through the portal and then because he left the door open, so when he went through, he did not close the door behind him when he was drunk or high or whatever he was.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
I noticed that when he walked through, he did not close the door behind him. That I could tell. I mean, who knows? Continuity can come
fair
back and
enough.
say that.
But that whole place is massive. Maybe endless. At one point I thought Peacemaker was going to get lost in there, but he wasn't. Um, so I'll be upset if somebody found that portal and just knew exactly which door to go to find Peacemaker. That something like that would piss me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
So
because I mean, they say that didn't they say there's like 99 other dimensions in there? Like
I
portals to
can't. I
99.
can't. I
Somebody
can't remember.
I swear somebody said that in the episode that there were 99 different and it would have to have been John Cena because he's the only one who knows. You know what I mean? Like or Peacemaker, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah. I'm just not 100% sure, but I guess we'll find out as we go along. So, all right. So a tracker might track with the door open.
That's true. I
And
mean, because I mean, well, it just depends because I mean, if it's routed through satellites, then it might not because the cell phone wouldn't work, and the even with the door open, like you would still have to be like in a place where the cell phone can reach the satellite. So like even him sitting on his bed and both doors are open does not necessarily mean it would reach the satellite. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm being too literal with it. I mean, you know what I mean. But
I think what's going to expose him, and I just realized this now. This thought just popped in my head. It will be his doppelgangers eagerly. I think that eagerly will realize that you're not my original master. You're
I don't know if
some.
he has an eagle, does he?
Well, I think if he does, then that'll be what begins the exposure.
Yeah, because I don't
You
think they've.
know,
I mean, I don't think they've mentioned anything about Eagly, but like on that side. But maybe. I mean, you never know.
it's just that like I'm just keeping it real. Like if I knew somebody and they started acting totally different to
You would
who they were, I
you
would
would
not
think
initially
a
think.
multiverse variant. I know you would.
No, I would just think to myself, no, this person's is acting weird and bizarre, and what the fuck's up with them, And so, same, hopefully with Chris, like his doppelganger dad and brother will probably think that he's acting weird, and it'll be eagerly the one who kind of exposes him,
I
and
think
then maybe
hardcore
his
of
dad is that okay, but the
I
doppelganger
think
hardcore,
hardcore of the other universe is gonna call him out. But
yeah,
again,
we'll see
we
that.
even said last episode, it's like a lot of this could have been avoided if, like, like a lot of this stuff could have been avoided if he was just honest, because literally his dad in that alternate universe built that doorway to that, like, that fold in space or whatever. So, so it's like he would understand. He knows how the multiverse works.
Yeah,
Now that he killed his son, like his son in that universe, now he's not going to be so forgiving. But but I mean, like, even like as I said, right out the gate, if he was just like, look, like, I'm from another universe, I am your son from another universe, he probably would have been like, oh, come here, son. Like, I think he would have accepted him and just been like, you know, but now that he's killed his
yeah,
son, that's just a whole nother
yeah.
ball game. Because I think
All
that's
right,
what's
so
gonna out him. So anyway, go ahead.
no, sorry, I put it. My bird just pooped on my floor, and all I can think about is cleaning it.
All right, well,
So,
let's wrap up. We're about done anyway. And our
okay,
cheap viewers
so
on Steamboo.
Daniel Voss is giving it a 5. What are you giving it?
I'm also going to give it a 5. As I said, I don't really feel like this episode did that much. Yeah, I really don't feel like
I I,
this
ha-
season is not doing it for me.
I haven't watched Angry Joe's review yet, but the I saw the title of his review for this episode, and he called it a filler episode. I never thought of that personally. I didn't think of it as a filler episode. Really sorry, can't stop yawning. But I even though I didn't think necessarily like a lot of stuff happened, I I'm really I really like these characters. Yeah, I like being with them. I like into what's the word I'm thinking of, interwinding with them or intermingling with them. Something along those lines, and I'm having a good time with them. And even though the story is moving in increments at this moment in time, because we're kind of still going over the doppelganger thing and him infiltrating them and all of that, like we did last week. I'm looking forward to the next episode. My issues with this episode was more to do with Rick Flag Senior and him again a prologue, but nothing more. And that FBI dude being a bit too weird, for my liking, and trying to get some cheap laughs out of him that way. I give this episode an 8. I liked it. I
Wow.
liked it a lot.
Okay.
I like it.
Well,
Yeah,
I think what was it last week? Me and you were so you gave like Strange New Worlds episode 8. I gave it. What did I give it? I gave it I think like a 6 or a 7, and you gave it like a 1.
I gave it a 1. I'm because I was like I said, I'm going into that series now with a negative view, a negative mindset, and it's been like that for a while, and I feel I feel like I feel like James Gunn has been involved in Star Trek more than he is in fucking in the DC universe, because if Taika Waititi and James Gunn was involved in Star Trek, it would look like it is right now.
I don't disagree with you on that one. As I said, I didn't have too much of a problem with this episode, but I agree with you. I think it is getting a bit too zany.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the Star Trek.
Anyway,
We'll speak about that on Thursday with the latest episode,
ooh,
and we'll
the
be back up.
penultimate episode, right?
Yeah,
Episode
and we'll
9.
be back. Yeah, probably get something dark this time around. Oh, we have to go dark now, like one extreme to the other, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So but regardless, that we'll talk about on Friday. So on Thursday, we'll be back on Peacemaker on Friday. Hopefully, if we haven't forgotten, and we'll try to fill in the week with whatever we can think of in between. If we can, with like trailer reviews and stuff. I'm watching actually right now. I'm watching something on the BBC iPlayer. Let me just quickly pull it up again.
Are you guys still doing Alien Earth reviews?
Yeah, we are. I do apologize. I forgot about that one. That slipped my mind. As you can see, this so much. But I'm watching a series on. It's got Sean Bean in it. It's called "This City Is Ours." It's actually a gangster drama, a British gangster drama, which is also in Spain at times. But it's got Sean Bean in it. It's about
Ooh,
Liverpudlian
so Sean
gangsters.
Bean might die then.
That is a bit of a spoiler. I'm only 2 episodes in, and you know what? I'm going to spoil it. I don't fucking care. I just want people to watch it. 2 episodes in, Sean Bean, one of the main characters, is already dead after at the end of the set. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's a dream sequence or whatever, but it doesn't feel like that. He got stabbed at the end, and he's a gangster. He's like the Don Corleone. He's like the Godfather.
Wait, so is he
And
dead, or we think he's dead?
Well, basically, what we find out is that his son could be an informant, and because his son could be an informant, the guy who's ousted him, who is like a loyal right hand man, could end up being the guy thrown under the bus, because the boss is not going to throw his son under the bus. He's going to probably throw one of his lackeys. And so this guy, who's obviously a seasoned gangster who can smell betrayal a mile away, even from one of his own, realizes I better kill my boss before my boss kills me. And his boss, being Sean Bean, he kills him. He stabs him on a sunbed, and that's how the episode ends.
Wow, full on spoilers for that episode. Yeah, it's Sean Bean. We knew he was dead. Okay,
yeah.
Let's run this out.
Okay, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube, the greatest social media channel you never heard of.